So, what we have now is we're going to jump over to the second pregame. We're going to have that going on. Second game hopefully goes a little bit better than that first one. But yes, that's overall just a little rough. Here's the second game. So we're going to jump on over to the spectator, entering tournament code. All right, and we're going to spectate that game. There we go. So it's going to be the University of Missouri on the blue side this game, the University of Manitoba on the red side. That was rough. What can we see improved from the University of Missouri? We can see them pick a team that's going to win early game, but overall it was just a class difference. That was what it was, and I'm hoping we don't see that all games this season. I'm hoping that some of those teams are going to be pretty even. And I'm not gonna say that they won't be. I think looking at some of the teams there, we have a decent shot. I think this was the hardest matchup that we had this year. I think we can get at least one win out of the rest of them. Zyra's going to come out as the first ban from Mizzou. Ziggs again comes from the University of Manitoba. They definitely do not want to face that. Um, and once again, are they going to stick to their guns and go with the same bans, or are they going to switch it up this game? LeBlanc once again comes out from the University of Missouri, so same sort of thing. Lee Sin from the University of Manitoba. Are they comfortable with the picks and bans as they were last game? That's the question. I think the University of Missouri has to be a little bit hesitant to let the same things go through as they did last game. University of Manitoba, they can have no concerns whatsoever. They didn't get perfect game, but they were really close. So they're gonna go with the same bans. Not what I would have suggested, but they definitely see something that we don't here. So the Irelia is going to come out from the University of Missouri, and the Kazakhs once again from the University of Manitoba. So we're going to see now with the blue side first pick, what do we see from the University of Missouri? What are they going to prioritize? It looks like they want that Caitlyn. They know it's strong. They don't want the University of Manitoba's Iggy Pop on that champ again. That's what the matchup is going to be. We're going to see the Nestor on the Caitlyn. I wonder how that one will shake out. Northpaw and the Prevailer for the University of Manitoba are going to be on their picks. They haven't hovered anything yet. I'd be shocked to see anything but that. I'd be likely to see that Karma come out, as well as I'd be shocked if they don't pick up that Vi. But seeing as that jungler is a master tier player, I'm sure that champion pool is deep enough that if they don't pick up the Vi this rotation, there's going to be a jungler they're strong enough on to do kind of what they did last game. I think the Karma is likely going to be the pick in the bot lane. And Ashe, an interesting pick from the ADC, and Ashe into the Caitlyn. That's definitely a strong pick, but Ashe as a champion is more utility based, so it depends if they're willing on going for picks, and that Karma is going to help them with the picks because she's going to be able to speed them up into the picks or help them escape from them if they are picked off themselves. What will we see General Seal and Leonardo on this game? I want to see them take away that Vi, but if General Seal is not very comfortable on Vi, then we might have another issue here. Syndra probably was not a good pick because of the bans. We do see the Vi hover. We do see that hovered. However, it is going to be a Zac pickup. So that's definitely a big tanky late game fight champ. And Nautilus is going to be what's likely the support or maybe top lane. That's a flex pick there. So definitely can see that being one for a tank team fight matchup. And we're going to see the Poppy hovered once again. That was another pick that really they had an answer to the University of Missouri did, but again, it Poppy is just such a tough laner to fight against because as soon as she gets Courage, as soon as she gets six, as well as Courage of the Colossus, she's just so tanky that she's basically unkillable. You have to put her behind at level 1 through 3 before anything else can happen. And it's going to be a Hecarim picked up from the University of Manitoba. So they're comfortable enough not picking that Vi that they'll see the Hecarim. I definitely think the Courage of the Colossus nerfs hurt him a little bit, but we'll see if that will come into play in this game or not. It would be definitely it would be helpful if the University of Missouri could pick up one win here or two. If they can come back and win both of them, that would be fantastic. Would get them that lead. They'd be tied for first or second place in the division. If they can't get but if they can at least get one, that'll help them with the win percentage in the future. It'll help them to keep Manitoba from gaining too big of a lead if they want to get that first seed. Looks like Ari and Nami are going to be the hovers, or Nami are going to be the hovers. I apologize for the mispronunciation. And it's going to be the Nami locked and the Victor. So we're going to see those roles flipped a little bit there with the Caitlyn and Victor being stolen this game. Nami's coming out. That's an interesting pick. Definitely goes with the Caitlyn. And if you want a pick comp, or a team fight comp, they definitely have that. A Vladimir would definitely be an interesting pick in the mid lane. He's kind of in a rough spot right now, but seeing as it is a master tier mid laner, I would not be surprised to see the Vladimir come out and be very strong against a Victor. Definitely a counter as they found in the World Championships this year. But we do see the University of Missouri with the blue side having a nice say and being able to say, we can beat you on your own champs that you beat us with last game. So that's what I'm interested to see. Can they continue to do so this game? It's going to be the Poppy top lane, and the Vladimir has been locked, so it's going to be both. It looks like our Nexla is going to be switching over to the Ghost. The Zac is now with Flash. So traditional summoner spells on everybody, teleports in the top lane, exhausts in the bot lane with heals on the AD carries, and the junglers doing their traditional Ghost and Smite on the Hecarim, and Flash and Smite on the Zac. Victor and Vladimir both want that speed up move, so they're going to take that Ghost and the Flash. Definitely can see two tanks in the top lane. This could be a definite matchup that could help, as well as picking up a second tank in the jungle is going to definitely help with the University of Missouri. They have the wave clear and the Caitlyn and the Victor. This game could go much more even than the last game. That's my early opinion on it. Now we're going to get that 3-minute spectator delay. I'm going to hop over to the Twitch chat, answer any of your questions that you had from last game, any comments concerned. So do you think that University of Missouri can pull off the Game 2 victory? Can they extend this series to Game 3? Or will it be a quick 2-0 victory from the University of Manitoba? It remains to be seen, but from last game, it'll have to be a very large step up from the University of Missouri if they want to get that series to Game 3. Hopping over to Twitch chat. What were the... Oh, shoot. I apologize, guys. I forgot to switch over to Champ Select. So now you guys can see the Champ Select. How about that? I forgot that. I forgot to do that. So, there you go. There's a full set, 2 minutes. You can watch, look over what happened, how they happened. It was from inside out, the Zyra, then the Ziggs, the LeBlanc, then the Lee, the Irelia, then the Kha'Zix, as was last game. Still 16 viewers. Thanks to you guys for viewing. I really enjoy it. Should have gone Poppy top against the Vi. That would have been interesting. We do see a death by sloths. With the E in the buy. I'm assuming that's someone that I know. Especially because someone looked at me saying that and said, and started laughing as they walked away. I see you, Mason. But yeah, so we have, yeah, I agree. Matt Jungle needs to be a little bit better. I think that that's just that he was counter jungled so hard. I don't know that Hecarim was one of his comfort picks. I'm surprised that it's still not showing this screen. Is there a reason? Is it? Are you guys seeing the picks and bans? I don't know. I don't know if you guys are. I have it on there. I don't know why you're not, but we'll see. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Okay. Well, whatever the case is, I hope you're sealing it. There you go. Now you see it. So this is definitely a bit behind my screen at least. Yeah, their bot lane is definitely the weakest part of their team. So I definitely can see that being the case. Okay, good. You see it. You see it. Good. Yeah, so I agree. Their bot lane is their weakest link. I'm gonna say that we're gonna have to see the we're gonna have to see whether it goes. Yeah. Still got the 5-minute pause delay that I have to go through, but we'll be sitting on that for a little bit. Gonna hop back over to the one screen with the campus series logo, so you guys will be having that for a little bit. And yeah, so once again, this is rough. We're going to see a traditional Karma, a Heartseeker Ashe, a Bloodlord Valamir, a Arcade Hecarim, a Ragdoll Poppy, Astronautilus, Regular Zac, Creator Victor, Caitlyn, and Nami are the skins being used by the teams. Looks like the Hecarim is just as good on the Prevailer. He's got a level 6 on that as well. Looks like we've got level 6 on the Karma, level 4 on the Ashe, level 5 on the Vladimir, level 6 on Hecarim, level 6 on Poppy, level 1 on Nautilus, level 1 on Victor, level 1 on Caitlyn, and level 6 on Nami. Let me get the pause. We're not supposed to be showing, so let's get back to start of game, 0 seconds, pause it up, and then we've got 0 seconds back on the bot lane focus and switch it back over so you guys can see that. There we go. I agree, the team comp is definitely better this game. Yeah, hold the Hecarim and Poppy. Yeah, we definitely, I think the Poppy is a better pick this time around. Good. So we're just gonna wait for that 2-minute or that 5-minute delay. 3:05 is gonna be the time that we start that up, and then we're gonna be good. So while we do that, I'm gonna take a slight break, play some music to rest my vocal cords, get some water to drink or something like that. And I hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast so far. Same thing every week. Gonna hope that it goes well. And I'll be back in about 2 seconds. Well, not 2 seconds. In about 2 minutes. So, yes.
lips, it tasted like those cigarettes. Staring at the moon, we'd go to bed. In my arms, you're safe and sound, without a threat. And I can't wait to see what happens next. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low?
Alright, we're back. That was definitely more than 5 minutes. I apologize for that delay. But we're going to jump back into game. We're going to see how this second game turns out. I apologize for that delay. Here we go. So we're going to see that traditional starts once again from each of the teams. We do see both of the refillable potions on both sides. Nautilus decides he does not want to buy. There he goes. He buys some stuff. He buys things. That's always the best thing to buy, is things. Anyway. Vladimir taking advantage of that exit base without a totem. Get a free totem. Yellow. Accidentally forgot to buy one, but he gets the one he wants anyway. Looks like the vision game is going to be pretty even. Everybody's holding on to their wards, no deep vision placed. We do see it's likely going to be a blue, looks like a red buff start from the, no, he's going to rotate back on. He's going to start his blue buff, the Hecarim, as well as the, let's see who. Looks like they're going to start bot side each. First gank likely going to come from the Hecarim towards the bot lane. They'll probably play a little bit back. Yep, wards placed. Equal vision from each team. Right in that entrance to the river closest. On top side closest to the jungle, or to the mid lane. First poke gonna likely come out from Leonardo. There he goes. He gets first poke, but they trade it as the Vladimir also had his up. General Seal gonna go low with his buff. Longer leash there from the blue side. We're gonna see a little bit of poke in the bot lane. CS pretty even. Vladimir using his poke to, or his wave clear to take a slight CS advantage, but bot lane is pretty even in farm as well. We're going to see the same sort of top lane even in farm scenario as we had last game, and it looks like Victor is going to get ahead in farm by 3 early on in this game, so we're going to have very even in the gold. Looks like actually now the University of Manitoba goes up by about 200 gold. Poppy taking a slight CS advantage with her ranged versus, well, her ranged auto, one of them. And it looks like we're going to see that CS go pretty even again in the top lane. Vladimir has gotten out to a 12-9 CS advantage, 13-9 at this point. CS in the bot lane is pretty darn even. We see now, once again, though, the poke is going to be too much for the University of Missouri. They're going to be forced back under their tower, where the tower is going to take some CS. But Nestor is going to be able to finish off a couple of those minions. The speed up is going to come out from Karma, but it's not going to be necessary to block that bubble. Nami with a nice heal. And we do see that all lanes are being, well, both of the bot and mid are being shoved in. There was going to be a gank up top lane, but instead, ooh, nice trade there from the bot lane of the University of Missouri. As I was saying, Zach was going to go for a gank in that top lane, but he decided against it. He now goes for it, but he backs out very quickly as he realizes not much is going to come of it. We do see Vladimir is now down low. Victor is winning a lot of those trades against him, but we are going to see Hecarim being facing off against that Zac. First one is he's gonna waste his flash, but not waste. He's gonna use his flash to escape, but it is gonna be the quick escape. That's gonna be a quick trade there from Victor. That could be the first blood if that keeps going that way. However, we are gonna see Hecarim taking that Rift Scuttler in the top side and backing. So after the flash was burned by Zac, we're going to see a little bit of trade from the bot lane. CS pretty even all lanes. Zac, again, getting out-farmed by the junglers, and that's going to be another issue here. 23-9. That's going to really hurt the gold advantage, as well as the mid lane being out-farmed, which is expected with this team. It's just, it's a diamond versus a master tier. It's, as much as it's not too terribly different, the ranks, it's definitely a big gap between the two. So we're going to see Poppy with a little bit of a trade on there. There is vision in that bush, so we can't see the University of Missouri bot lane go into their own bot lane bush, as the University of Manitoba has taken that. We do see Poppy now going a little bit lower with this Nautilus being able to hold on and poke out very well. But now he's going to take a lot of minion pressure, keep that wave from being reset, keep the damage off of his turret, but he is going to go low from it. He may have to back very soon from this. The Poppy is going to be able to take her own buckler, and that's going to be Hecarim clearing out vision within the blue side jungle, and he's going to get caught, but it's not going to be for much. Looks like he's going to be able to escape with ease. Wow, quite a bit of farm. That's going to be first blood. Not even paying attention was the University of Manitoba mid laner. It's going to be, oh, he's left. That's going to be a pause. We're going to see a pause. Oh, no, he got disconnected. Wow. I wonder if that's going to be... Wow, and that's the issue with being on a non-LAN game like this. First blood to the University of Missouri with the University of Manitoba's mid laner disconnecting. What a shocker. That's going to be enough to keep this, to turn this lane around. That could be very costly for Manitoba, and that could be enough to set the University of Missouri up for a little bit of a snowball if we keep seeing this Victor come back from this. I don't want to see him be wasteful with the gold, though. I want to see him back very soon to get an item out of it. There he is. He's backing. He's going to be able to get a big trade back off. We're going to see the CS now in an advantage for Victor because of the DC. Only by 1. Now he's down. But he does have that kill, so he's got the full level advantage, and he's got a gold advantage. So what I want to see is I'd like to see, there he goes with the Hex Tech, or with the Hex Core upgrade, as well as boots, a red ward, and 2 biscuits. In top lane we see that Nautilus has backed and gotten his Bammy Cinder, whereas we see that we do not see any sort of back yet from the Poppy. She looks like she's going to get ready to back very soon. Uh-oh, here comes the catch. Is it going to be onto the Nautilus, or onto the Zac? It's not going to be enough. He's going to get caught back up. Oh, wow. Lots of poke there from the Victor. He's very strong right now. He's got that Hex Core power spike. So that's going to force the Prevailer to back out of this. Here comes a roam from the Nautilus, but the Smite is going to come out. So that Rift Scuttler is secured for the University of Manitoba on the top lane. Gold is pretty even. Kills are 1-0 from the University of Missouri. And we do see farm pretty even in the bot lane. A little bit of poke there onto the Karma. Not answered well. But we see now Vagle taking his own red buff, Hecarim on the red side. Very well using their wave to block this. This is done well by the bot lane of Mizzou. They're going to be caught. There's a bubble, and it's going to be a nice little poke onto the University of Manitoba ADC, but that's going to be traded right back onto the Nami. Luckily, she has her own heal, so she can do a self-healing somewhat through here. Looks like the CS is pretty even in the mid lane now because of that Hex Core. We do see a Hextech Gunblade on the Vladimir, as well as Boots of Speed and a refillable potion, but no red ward. We do see a single red ward now placed in the blue side jungle by Vladimir and Leonardo. Or, sorry, by Victor and Leonardo. Ooh, just barely misses the poke. Uh-oh, the flash comes out from Ashe. She's going to be able to get the kill with her ultimate. The flash is going to come out from Zac. The TP is answered. We're going to see a TP trade. It's going to be a big fight. Who's going to get the next kill off of that? Zac gets healed. Is it going to be enough? They're going to be able to just back out, and it's going to be no more kills on that after a lot of summoner spells used. I see a TP from each of the top laners. I see flashes burned. Overall, I think that's a pretty even trade after all is said and done. I believe all flashes were answered evenly and all kills were answered evenly. Uh-oh, but that's going to be big. That's going to be a nice poke right back on. Not enough to kill anything, though. So it's just going to be Caitlyn getting forced to back away from the wave. CS advantage back to Ashe. Kills are still pretty even. Gold is still pretty even. It looks like it's about 15.5 to 14.5 or 15. So pretty even, about 500 gold separating these teams. Who gets first brick is definitely going to be a big decider in how this lane finishes off. We do see that Nautilus is getting better trades than the Poppy, which is definitely a big deal here. And as is the Victor onto Vladimir. But we are going to see the Hex Tech GLP being finished by Vladimir, and that's going to be enough to where he's going to get the engage and force the flash off from Victor. Victor is now likely going to back. Yes, he is about to back as well. Oh no, he was dead. I apologize. He died in that exchange, which I did not see. That's 1-1, and that's going to secure the first dragon in Infernal Drake, which is very big for the University of Manitoba. So Vladimir does not get the kill. I apologize. I'm misreading that. So what happened was, away from the play, Nami was killed by the Ashe. And that would have been in that engage. I apologize. So here's another one onto Caitlyn. It's going to be enough to get the fear back under tower. Nami's going to be able to save herself with the ultimate. That's not going to be enough to die. She's going to flash now. And now she's going to force the Vladimir to also flash. That looks like it could be first brick towards the University of Manitoba on the bot lane. They've got 3 people pushing that lane. I don't know if the University of Missouri will answer. Does not look like they will answer with the mid lane push. First brick over to the University of Manitoba. 1-2 in the kills. 0-1 in the turrets. 19,500 gold to 17,500 gold. Definitely starting to look like this could snowball the same way the last game did. We're going to have to see something big come out from the University of Missouri in order to keep this from happening. But that is going to be a gank. It's going to be a 3-man gank onto the Poppy. That could be another one. Here we go. We're going to see the tanking from the Nautilus. They're going to push the lane. Very well answered from the ganks on the bot lane by the University of Missouri. And that's going to be ganks onto the top lane. Enough to get what looks to be half health on the turret, but they are going to have to back. They're not going to be able to complete the turret. The bot lane from the University of Manitoba has rotated over. They're now taking the top lane. Poppy looks to be going to the bot lane, and it looks like Vladimir is starting to get a little bit of poke onto the turret in the mid lane. Very even this game. Looks like Nami wants to try to get a little bit of a bubble onto him. They are going to get a little bit of a poke onto Vladimir, and able to take him down to about half of his health before they leave him. They don't want to trade back onto that. Vladimir has a lot of tools to trade back in and heal. Looks like Karma's pinging out the blue buff, wants to take that, but it looks like they're going to have Nami roam over. Does not look like that's going to be taken away from them. Looks like Nautilus is going to be able to hold his own on his turret here. He is going to get a nice trade onto Iggy Pop. Very nicely traded. Going to use the Karma E to keep that from happening. And Victor is going to be gifted that blue buff. So that's going to be 3-man push on the mid lane. The Nautilus is going to be able to hold his own in the top lane. Though it does look like they're pinging out the Victor, so it looks like he's going to have to walk back towards mid lane. They're taking out the pink ward in the river. That's nice vision control from the red side. 14.5 minutes into this game. We're 22,500 gold to the University of Manitoba, 22,500 to the University of Missouri. 1 turret to nothing, 2 kills each. We're going to see an engage onto the Victor from the Poppy, as well as from the I can't speak right now. But they are going to be able to turn that back around because Poppy goes in way too deep. That's going to be a kill for the Victor. That's going to be a 3-0-0 Victor. Definitely the one you want to get fed on this University of Missouri team. That's going to even out the gold pretty well. They're now down to a 1,500 gold deficit. That turret's going to be able to be pushed very soon. But the engage, as I was saying before, and I could not get out because I was trying to do too many things at once, that was an engage from the Vladimir and the Hecarim onto the Victor. But Nami was able to come in and save the Victor. Poppy tried to finish off the kill, engaged way too deep, and was able to be killed under the turret by the Nami and the Victor, as well as the Caitlyn. Nice trade back onto the Victor once again by Nami. So we're going to see, once again, Victor just getting forced out from, or forced to farm under turret, which he's good at, so it's not really an issue for him. They're just holding the mid lane. Looks like top lane's also being held. A little bit of a siege getting put onto it, but Nautilus is doing wonderfully with the experience advantage in this. Looks like once again we're going to see a gank from the Hecarim. He saw that the flash was burned from the Victor, and he wants to engage it again, but he has been pinged out, so we're going to see that that's not any longer going to be the case. He's going to back out from that fight. Looks like Caitlyn's going to rotate down to the bot lane to clear this wave. Nami looks like she's going to find they're going to find a Poppy there, but she's not going to be able to land the bubble. So we're going to be able to see the Poppy just get away from that and back. Nautilus is not as high in farm, but he is getting the level advantage because he has now gone and he's been able to have the solo experience, but the Poppy has as well. So we're going to see how that goes. That's an 0-0-1 Nautilus and an 0-2 Poppy. Hecarim once again, 0-2. So another one where we have to worry about the Hecarim. Not shut down early, but it does look like they're getting to the point that the farm advantage in the mid lane is only 5 for the University of Manitoba. The farm advantage, but we do have a 3-0-0 Vladimir, or Victor, off of that. Zach looks like he was going to jump on in, but he decided not to use his elastic slingshot. Bleh. Elastic slingshot. See? Can't say that one 3 times fast. But he's going to use his elastic slingshot. My goodness, that's a hard word to say. Hard couple words to say. But they are going to get vision control, the University of Missouri, onto the Dragon. Looks like they're going to try to force that fight, but they do see that Vladimir is in their jungle, so they're not going to go for that. That's an engage. The flash is used to keep away from the to keep the Caitlyn off, but it's going to be a disengage there from Nami. Nice use of the ultimate. Vladimir does shut down the Victor. That's going to be a TP back in from Poppy, and that's going to be a re-engage. Can the Zac get a kill out of this? He's going to try to get away. That's not good. That's going to be 2 for nothing, 3 for nothing. That might be 1 back if they can get out of there. Okay, Nautilus is going to be able to get out, so we are going to see... Oh, a re-engage from Zac. That was probably not the best idea. He's now got to be protected from this. He's got 2 people left. He's got 1. Yes, he's back. Okay. So he is going to use his passive. Not quite the best engage, in my opinion. But it's going to be now Nautilus left to defend mid lane by himself, as well as a Vladimir pushing in the bot lane. Looks like he's going to leave that lane, likely roam over to the Dragon, and that will be 2 dragons, a mountain for the epic monster, and no, Hecarim is going to back. So with Hecarim backing, that means that we're going to see the Mountain Drake is still up for grabs. Probably a better Drake for the University of Missouri to take, because the University of Manitoba already has their siege comp in place. So definitely, it would be nice for the University of Missouri to have that, to keep it from the University of Manitoba, because if the University of Manitoba gets it, it only makes them stronger. But here they go. They're going to go onto it. Looks like Zach is going to look for wards. They're going to clear out some vision here. Drake is down to about half health, and it's going to be kept in place by the University of Manitoba. That's going to be enough to have a little bit of... That's going to be epic monsters and turrets damage, as well as overall damage back onto the University of Manitoba team. But we do see Nautilus split pushing in the top lane. He's got 1 turret down, and he's got the wave all the way up to his 2nd turret. But now he's able to back. The red buff, the blue buff for the University of Missouri was handed over to Victor. So we're going to see a Victor able to have that cooldown reduction as well as the mana regen that he needs. Looks like the University of Manitoba is going to back out one of their players from the turret, so it's just an Ashe and a Hecarim now under the mid lane turret. And the University of Missouri likely will try to push this lane out, down 3,000 gold, wanting to get that turret. They need to get some turrets back. That's the name of the game here. They've got to get some gold back in their pockets. The turrets will do that. A little bit of siege onto the turrets. That's one of the best things they want to do here. But they are getting flanked on by the Hecarim. Will this be an engage? Looks like they don't see it, but they are going to be able to back out because they see a Vladimir in their red side jungle. However, they ping it out. Vladimir also pings out that he's being chased. It's going to be nothing for nothing, just a nice scare tactic. The ping, or the bubble is going to come onto the Karma. That's going to be a catch onto the Karma. They're going to be able to go back under turret, and they're not going to be able to get the kill, but they are going to be able to force the Hecarim to back away from the turret a little bit. Now we've got enough Caitlyn traps to where we can really fight that. Uh-oh, that's going to be an engage from the Zac, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to be able to get the first turret there. That is going to be the Ashe ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. The Hecarim is going to be killed, but it's going to be Ashe trading 1 back. Is it enough? No, that's going to be a 2-for-0. Here comes Vladimir getting 1 back. He's got a double kill off of it. There goes Victor getting caught again. That's now going to be Nautilus just barely getting out with his Q. Poppy's going to try to engage on it, going to dive under turret, but not going to be enough. She's just going to hold that turret, or that lane, take some farm. Nautilus is going to be stuck under his own turret and not going to be able to clear the wave. He's going to be Dovin. Isn't going to be enough. He's going to be able to stun the Poppy, but they are going to be able to take a turret right back. So it's going to be 2 turrets to 1 for the red side, with the mid lane turret being very close to death for the red side. However, it is not yet down. So 1 turret to 2 in favor of the University of Manitoba. 5 kills to 9 in favor of the University of Manitoba. 2 dragons to nothing in favor of the University of Manitoba. And this game seems to be going just as well for them as the last game was. They now have a 38,000 to 35 or 33,000 gold lead. I apologize, I can't quite see that 100% due to the size of my screen. But what we do have is we have vision control over Baron being fought. The bubble's going to come out, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to be able to get that taken. Nautilus now trying to hold mid lane by himself in a way that keeps the University of Manitoba from taking Baron and doing it. But it's going to be an engage. That's going to be onto the Prevailer. He's going to be able to speed out, but are they going to get the Karma? Karma speeds herself up. Here comes the Zac. He's got the kill onto the Karma. That's going to be a kill traded right back. They're going to be able to take this red ward and possibly, likely, oh, but maybe 1 second. Here comes the Zac getting caught, but it's not going to be anything. Nautilus is going to roam down to the bot lane, try to stop this turret from being taken. The mid lane tier 1, though, does go down for the University of Manitoba, but it does not matter because Poppy takes the bot lane tier 2 turret. So now 3 turrets to nothing. Oh, Vladimir does flash in, gets very aggressive with it. Poppy's going to take something. That's going to be a trade back onto the Vladimir. No, he's not going to be able to be killed. He's still alive. He's got the heal up. He's going to be... It's going to be... they're not going to be able to secure it. Nautilus will not get the kill. And that's just a rough fight for them. A very tanky Vladimir and a very tanky Poppy make for a very hard game for you. That means that the University of Manitoba is going to pull off and look for the wards in the Baron pit. They've got 5 members on Baron. Easy time for them to take it. Lots of damage onto the Baron with that Mountain Drake. Looks like they're going to secure it. They're going to go straight towards top lane. They want that tier 1. They want the gold advantage. Another slight misuse of the plant, but it does not matter because they still get that advantage with the speedy backs. Vladimir is going to back. They're going to be able to take the everything in their jungle. This is starting to turn into that second steamroll. But is the pick going to be out? They're going to be able to get that karma. The pull is going to come a little too early, though, because they're not going to be able to get the bubble. But it does not matter. They still secure the kill. The only one not getting the assist there was indeed the... I believe the Zap did not get an assist on that. I believe the Zap did. So let's recap. We now have a Vladimir at 6-1-2 and a Ashe at 4-0-4. So what we need, we being the University of Missouri, what the University of Missouri needs at this point is they need a pick onto the Ashe and the Vladimir. And likely also the 0-1-8 Hecarim. If they can get those two, they're sitting on enough that there's no real control over the there's no real damage threats left after that. Hecarim's trying to steal this one. Uh-oh. This is going to be turned around with the Poppy Hammer. Oh my goodness. Just dunked on are both Caitlyn and Nami, and Vladimir is going to go down. Nautilus is going to get 5-man. This is not good for the University of Missouri. This is going to be the University of Manitoba taking another Mountain Drake, and that's likely going to be enough that now with 5 people with Baron buff, as well as 2 Mountain Drakes, if nothing else, this is at the very least an inhib turret and an inhibitor. The Zac is still up Caitlyn and Nami both get up within the next 2 seconds. Here comes Nami. Caitlyn's up in 2, 1, but Vladimir is up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And my goodness, they're going to be able to just brute force this, but they decide it's not safe. They're going to back away. They're going to take their time, let the University of Missouri clear out the waves, and they're going to push in the bot wave because they see another opportunity to take a second dragon, or to take a second inhibitor with that. That's going to be a pick onto the Karma. Are they going to be able to turn it around? The Ashe is going to get caught, but that's not going to be enough. The Vladimir is going to be able to heal himself back up. It's going to be enough. They're going to catch the Vladimir. Here comes the Ashe having the flash. Poppy gets caught. Going to have to use her catch. Here comes Nautilus. Here he goes. There's another catch. The flash comes out from Poppy. Here we go. They're going to chase the Hecarim. Zac with the nice slow onto the Hecarim. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. They're going to have to back away. They do get 3 for nothing there, so that's a good catch. Going to take away the Baron buff on 3 of the members of the University of Manitoba, the 3 most needed members from that team. But Hecarim still stands and has his Baron buff. So now we have a 1-11, or sorry, a 1-1-11 Hecarim for the University of Manitoba, and this game just keeps getting further and further out of grasp. While it's a lot closer than the last game was, the gold is still not there for the University of Missouri, so that's what they need to improve on for next week. Definitely need to find teams to push in the wave, get that gold advantage, ways to just prioritize Drakes and objectives. Otherwise, these games are just going to be steamrolled in this meta. Very much a steamroll meta. So, 30 minutes in, lasted longer than the last game, however, not the best. It's 6 turrets to 2, 16 kills to 10, 54,000 gold to 44,000, and that gold lead is very much going to be a rough patch for the University of Missouri. mean, vision control is on the side of on red side. The University of Missouri is forced to just clear, which they're able to do with their Victor and their Caitlyn. Both very good clear champs, but it doesn't matter because the University of Manitoba is now pushing down bot lane with Baron buff now expired. But the University of Manitoba is sitting there with 4 members on the bot lane, including their fed Hecarim, their fed Ashe. They do not have Vladimir there, though. Zach goes for a very risky engage. Here he comes. They're not going to be able to land the Nami wave. It's not going to be enough. Zach is going to have to flash out. Vladimir's on the back line. They're diving turret. Here comes the engage. It's going to be enough. They're going to be able to get the Hecarim, but it's not going to be enough for the rest of the team. Vladimir now has a triple kill. That could be a quadra kill at this point. That's going to be game. No, Iggy Pop's going to take the quad. He's going to say, "Good day to you, sir." And here comes the double kill from Ashe. That's going to be game.
Aced.
The ace from the University of Manitoba. The triple kill from Vladimir. The double kill from Ashe. The game is now going to be over. That's the first Nexus turret. The second Nexus turret is about to go down. Everybody's down for at least another 2 seconds. That's the Nexus. GG to the University of Manitoba, who takes down the University of Missouri in 2 games. Quite handily. But the good thing is the University of Missouri learned what they need to do for next time, learned what high level of competition is going to be like. This was a rough game for them, but the nice thing is they will be able to come back. They know that they need to find champs that can really hard carry and hard push into the beginning of the game, and overall it's going to be rough. But they're going to have to, I think next week is going to be a much easier opponent than this week. I think last week was, or this upcoming week is going to be an easier opponent. I believe this opponent in the University of Manitoba was the top seed in the group. There's no way of checking that, but I believe they were MMR-wise the top seed with that couple of master tier players. So what I want to see next week is I want to see them be able to play against a team that's a little bit more in their skill range. And I think if they can keep that gold pretty even, we're going to see next week that this team will have some more practice under their belt. They're going to be able to do a little bit more than they had this week. So overall, I think we know what they need to improve on. We know what they did this week, but I think that next week, we're going to have to see the University of Missouri go back and see some better gold differential, less to one side. It's very one-sided, the gold in these 2 games, and that's what really hurt them these 2 games. Even though they got much closer, the picks were much better this game. I will hand it to them on that one. Otherwise, I think that was pretty rough. But we'll see next week how that goes. Otherwise, I think what we might do is we'll see if we can jump into the we'll see if we can jump in and get an interview with a couple of the players. Maybe they are still in their curse call. If not, we'll see what they want to do with that. I'll ask them. So yeah, we'll let me jump over to having the right thing. Yep. Okay. So we're there. But yeah, next week, next week, the University of Missouri takes on the Midland University esports squad in their second ever campus series match. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than the first, which was, simply put, a dominating 0-2, or dominating 2-0 by the University of Manitoba that you guys just watched. I think next week we're going to see a much closer game, as I've been saying. But yeah, I think next week might be a little bit closer. We're gonna see a team that has now been on the big stage for a week. They've had some more practice time. They're getting settled back in towards their dorms as the university hasn't been ready yet. Um, but yeah, I think next week with that, I think they're gonna have a little more experience, a little bit of time to adjust to this new patch. This was also a rough period for everybody because this was a brand new patch with that just came out Tuesday. Um, I think by next week we'll be able to see what the power picks are for the 7.1 patch because a lot of these picks were more of the 7 or the 6.24 patch power picks. So we'll see what next week brings. Um, let me see how. Oh, okay. So we'll get that. We'll look at the link. Okay. And we're gonna join in, and we're gonna ask some questions of them. I'd like you guys can go ahead and put it in the Twitch chat what you guys would like to. Yeah, we'll have to see. Yep, here comes the interview. Um, so yeah, we'll jump into the call. All right. So
What? Dude, I don't know. That mid lane's probably gonna be mad at me.
You killed him while he was inactive.
Like seriously, it didn't look like he because he was like
Yeah, he's autoing the minions and all
They're
that stuff.
Canadian.
he was standing up like past the mini wave like he had been doing in lane, and then he like walks back and starts going on him. So I was like, oh okay, he's here. And then
We got Connor Vagle in here, Kyle.
yeah, I'm here, guys. How's it going?
Hey,
So,
what's up?
yeah, you guys. That was a good time. That was
We got
a little bit rough.
plastered.
Yeah, you did. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a
I'm
great
sorry.
game.
It was rough. So they want to know what happened. So they just I don't know. Twitch chat is being the traditional Twitch chat. They're getting a little bit feisty with us. They're saying why did one question says what happened that game. I mean I think I could answer that. It just was a gold advantage that got slingshotted. Did you guys see anything different there?
I think it was a lack of pressure
Okay.
from our lanes.
Okay.
The enemy was clearly several divisions higher than us. I think we did a good job coming up in the second game, not tilting too badly after the first, and switching up our picks so that we had lane advantages, and we were able to counter the jungle invades and make roaming plays rather than have all of our crap shoved in.
Yeah, I started to notice that too. Like the second game went much better than the first. That was a master tier jungle and a master tier mid lane, and then you're sitting. Every lane had an inherent every lane was at an MMR advantage for them. I think that was probably the team that's number one in the group. I think next week's going to be a little easier. Overall, I think that this could be something that gets. I think that this could be just like they could go 6-0 in the groups and never have.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm glad we started with them because losing from them is going to teach us a lot more than like beating the crap out of somebody else.
Yeah.
Because they had amazing rotations. Like even when we were getting picks on them, they were always getting something else somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kate Karma first game was really impressive.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely saw that for sure. That was a rough lane. When I saw the CS advantage was about 70 in both bot and mid lane in that first game, that was rough. But yeah, they're kind of asking about what in the next game is going to be changed so that kind of the vision control goes a little bit better. The Twitch chat is talking a little bit about how Vlad got a lot of flanks on the team, and
So kind of I can answer that unless somebody else wants to hop in.
You.
So we knew where Vlad was for I think 3 out of 4 of the flanks the one where he ran us down mid, that wasn't a flash again and just eating us. But our vision, I felt what we changed up from the first to the second game was we warded the enemy jungle, and we had eyes on where they at. We saw where Vlad was at. We just weren't decisive in our calls, and so it ended up a lot of just wandering around Dragon or Baron, and then us spreading out rather than clumping together because we were indecisive, allowing these flanks or people to be caught out.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, definitely kind of I think that was what they were seeing too in that. So I mean, overall, what are you guys have you guys looked into the opponent for next week at all? If not, that's completely okay. I know it's a 1 week at a time type of thing. But I kind of think next week's opponent is going to be a little less oppressive than this team. So, what are you guys' thoughts going into next week?
I can answer it if nobody else wants to.
Yeah, go for it.
I just really want to see like decisive rotations, especially in that last game. Like I noticed that I missed out on a lot of farm walking around Baron, like trying to decide if we wanted to do that or not. And then they just like kept sending Vlad bot. Like Vlad was never just walking around aimlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was always getting farm somewhere or doing something. So then he could be that huge when he got the flanks off. So when we do our game, I want to see if we're not going to go for an objective, like get the carries to farm a lane and then go back. I don't want to see as much walking around in our jungle trying to decide what to do.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much where we're gonna leave off. So I know that was kind of a little bit cringy at times, but that's what we do here. So thanks guys for the questions. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you guys answering and everything. And yeah, so thank you. See you guys next week.
See ya.
Have a good day, man.
Peace out.
All right. So next week we have the University of Missouri against, and I'm going to change this in the Twitch or in the little stream so that I won't have their record, so I'm going to change their record because I don't know what the opponent's record is for next week, so I'm just going to take that right off. But coming up next week, we have for you guys no longer the University of Manitoba, but the University of the Midland University Warriors for you next week. So that's coming up next week, same time, same channel, 2 o'clock Saturday, Mizzou LOL, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get another game cast. Hopefully it'll go a little bit better than the first. If you guys have anything that you'd like me to improve, to change over the next week, let me know. Send me a message, whatever you want to do. I'm Stonewall, Connor Stonewall Vagle, Stonewall in game. My personal Twitch is CFV698. Give me a follow if you guys want. Other than that, have a nice week. Thanks, guys.
We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. Our lips, they tasted like those cigarettes. staring at the moon. We'd go to bed in my arms. You're safe and sound without a threat, and I can't wait to see what happens next. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit young, but I'm